Hello guys, how is it going? Today is the Sunday 4th of May 2014. Liverpool play tomorrow their penultimate game of the season against Crystal Palace. And yesterday Everton couldn't do us a favor as if they wanted to. They lost against Manchester City by 3-2. I watched the game, actually. To say that they didn't try would be unfair, I think. But at the same time, to say that they tried their absolute best, it's a bit 50-50. But anyway, they couldn't do it. That's the most important thing that we can say. They couldn't do it, and they lost by 3-2. It started well though by an absolute wonder goal by Ross Barkley. And to be fair, Ross Barkley looks an absolutely exciting prospect, and like I said, his goal was magnificent. Leighton Baines also played well. Lukaku scored his goal, but it wasn't enough in the end. Manchester City did their job, and all eyes now on Liverpool tomorrow. They just need to beat Crystal Palace by 9 or 10-0, and we can still do it. Huh? What do you think? Anyway, so it's looking a bit... I think, like I said last week, our last chance really was against Everton, because 2 home games for Manchester City now against Aston Villa and West Ham at home. Both teams don't have anything left to play for, so for me it's 2 banker wins for Manchester City. And so I think the title is gone now, guys. But you never know. All that Liverpool can do is try to win their last 2 remaining games. Trying to think that they can still do it is a bit, I think, in dreamland, to think that they will be able to claw back their way from a 9-goal deficit in goal difference. But anyway, my video today is to talk a bit about the season. I know it's a bit, the season is not over yet. Still mathematically possible, obviously, for Liverpool to win the league. By the way, Chelsea just drew against Norwich, so thank you, Jose Mourinho, for having won at Anfield for nothing. But anyway, it's terribly disappointing, as you all know, that the first impression would be that, like they're all saying in the papers and all this, that this season will end in glorious failure. In a way it is, but whatever happens, I think it would be fair to congratulate the team, congratulate Brendan Rodgers, the players. It's been a success, because at the start of the season the target was to finish in the top 4. And they've done it since 2 weeks ago, and with the added bonus of even finishing, guaranteeing 3rd place, so there's no stress of the qualifier in the Champions League, which would have added an element of uncertainty also in this, because qualifying directly for the Champions League and only qualifying for the qualifiers is another matter. But whatever happens, Liverpool are for 100% certain to be in the Champions League, and it guarantees an extra 20 or 30 million pounds of revenue. Now all eyes on next season, and especially the transfer window now. As you all know, for the last 2 to 3 seasons, actually since FSG, the Liverpool owners, took over, it wouldn't be unfair to say that the last few transfer seasons for Liverpool have been all about frustration and missing out on targets, and not playing in the Champions League obviously played a big part in this, but also the owners have some answers I think have played a part, being reluctant to pay the extra 2 to 3 millions to get some targets. We've all talked about this already, but I'm hoping now that this season, with Champions League being guaranteed, that we will have a little bit more joy in the transfer market. Now, Brendan Rodgers, with the reports of the last 2 days, said that Liverpool need at least 6 new players, which is true. Maybe they even need more. Like I said also, whatever happened this season, and they've done well. We'll see where we finish, probably second now. The team clearly lacks, for a start, depth. So the team, in terms of squad depth, it's, like I said, inexistent. In no way Liverpool will be able to sustain a season with the added games of Europe, with the current squad that they have in numbers and in also quality wise. So they will have to buy a few players, let alone 6 or 7. But both squad players and also quality players. We need higher quality, because it's pointless adding up the numbers without the quality. And I said before that even no matter how well the season has gone so far, that as soon as we have a decent starting 11, but as soon as we have some injuries, suspension and loss of form, which has unfortunately for Liverpool happened, especially against Chelsea, and when Jordan Henderson got the red card and got suspended for 3 games, we clearly have no options coming from the bench. And it wouldn't be unfair also to say that the likes of Iago Aspas, Luis Alberto, not talking about Thiago Llori, haven't been successful signings for Liverpool. Brendan Rodgers has done an excellent job with regards to the likes of Raheem Sterling, Jordan Henderson, Daniel Sturridge, obviously. But concerning Iago Aspas, Luis Alberto, it's been a disappointment. It's been, even fair to say, a waste of money. So we'll have to see what happens. There are some players on loan. Fabio Borini has done well for Sunderland. Suso also hasn't done too badly for Almeria in Spain. And obviously we have the likes of Oussama Assaidi at Stoke. But we'll have to see what happens with these players on loan. Victor Moses, I don't think we will even try to get the deal on a permanent basis. The same can be said, I think, about Ali Sissoko. So these players will go back to their respective clubs, but we'll have to see what happens now. There are some rumours about Liverpool reviving their interest in Yevan Konoplyanka, Lallana from Southampton. We're also being linked for fullbacks, Micah Richards at Manchester City, and maybe Ashley Cole from Chelsea, Alberto Moreno, a young fullback, left back at Sevilla. All these players are good players, but we'll have to see. Lallana, though, at 25 million pounds, obviously he's English, and you all know that English players are overpriced. Lallana is obviously a quality player, a good player, but is he a 25 million pound player? I'm not so sure. We'll have to see what happens. At 15 million pounds, yes, a resounding yes from me, but at 25 million pounds, obviously he's still young. I think he's 25 years of age, but he's not worth 25 million pounds, guys. So we'll have to see. But I would like to see reinforcements in the defensive department of the team. We badly need a defensive midfielder and new fullbacks. With regards to the centre-back positions, question marks about Daniel Agger. I will be sad to see Daniel Agger leaving the club, but would be fair to say also that Daniel Agger has been a bit disappointing this season with both injuries and form. With regards to Kolo Touré, he started brilliantly the season, but as time went on, age took on his toll, and he made some costly mistakes also. It was funny also hearing Brendan Rodgers saying that Simon Mignolet didn't cost Liverpool any points during this season. Obviously he made some crucial saves, but he also made some very bad mistakes, especially the one that I remember the most is against Manchester City at the Etihad earlier in the season in December, when he fluffed the Alvaro Negredo shot. And also he did also a mistake against Norwich, which in the end, fortunately for Liverpool, didn't prove costly, but still they were crucial mistakes. But he also, to be fair to him, made some crucial saves. I think for Mignolet it's been a good season, but not an excellent season. But he's still young, he's still got time to improve. For me, Simon Mignolet is very good in the with his reflex saves, but he badly needs to improve his decision making, especially for in aerial balls. His aerial ability is not good enough, and he needs to be a bit more, to communicate a bit more with his defenders, to be a bit more of a leader. He needs to talk a little bit more. But we'll have to see with regards to the goalkeeping position. My main concern for the team is obviously depth, higher quality. We need, I think, another good striker, because we cannot only rely on Daniel Sturridge and Luis Suarez for a whole season, especially with the added games of the Champions League now. And we need some more goal-scoring, creative midfielders also. And I would like Liverpool to try to get an upgrade on Lucas, another defensive midfielder, a strong defensive midfielder. No matter what Brendan Rodgers says also, we need to have players to be able to have a plan B in case the plan A doesn't work. And I was happy to hear Brendan Rodgers say that in the end he held his hands up and admitted that Liverpool were a bit naive, lost patience in the Chelsea game. We couldn't break them down, no matter how we hate this style of play or what. We got to give credit to Chelsea, no matter how hurtful it was, but we were well and truly beaten. The Steven Gerrard mistake, these things happen, but it's the way you react and whether you have the ability or not to correct this mistake, and we couldn't, both in terms of mentality, in terms of quality, in terms of squad depth. We couldn't. We got to admit it, guys. And on the day we were not good enough. We lost out patience. But I was happy to hear Brendan Rodgers admit it, and also happy to hear him say that he learns quickly, and so do the players, and let's hope that they do so. But this summer really is about doing what you talk about and not just talking the talk, because this has been a bit Liverpool's problem during the last few seasons in the transfer window. But obviously we got to take into consideration that we were not in the Champions League, and this played a part, but the owners also need now to act and do the talk, and not only talk the talk. We have to see what happens. Before ending also this video, what I wanted to say is that obviously it's a very big bonus that Liverpool qualified directly for this Champions League, but what's the point of qualifying for the Champions League and not being able to sustain it? What I mean by this is that obviously we've got to guarantee a minimum top 4 finish for the next few seasons now, for financial reasons and obviously for ambitious reasons, but also trying to compete, not to play to be the laughing stock of the Champions League. Also, There's no point being happy qualifying for Champions League and being the laughing stock. Like, simple as that. So to avoid this, we need the players. We need the players both in numbers and quality. But we'll have to see what happens, guys. Obviously, this season seems to be ending on a sour note. We'll keep fighting. It's not over until it's over, but to be perfectly realist and honest now, it looks as if it's doomed to failure in terms of winning the title now. We never know. Maybe the likes of Andy Carroll, or it was funny to hear Gary Neville say that Aston Villa are a bit of a stupid team with strange counter-attacks and all. They frustrated us at Anfield, you remember Aston Villa, and they've beaten Chelsea. So obviously stranger things have happened in football, you never know. But realistically speaking, I think it's the title is for Manchester City. We'll still have to see what happens. No matter what Liverpool need just to try and win their two remaining games, and it has been a successful season. Obviously it's a disappointment having come so close to lose it right at the very end. But as long as they learn from their mistake and they strengthen the team properly during this summer transfer window, we have to be satisfied for what happened this season and give a big credit to the team, the manager and the players. Not the owners though, not the owners. I'll reserve my judgment for the owners after this summer transfer window. Fingers crossed about this. So I'll leave you there, guys. Leave your comments if you are in the mood to tell me what you think about, what you thought about this season, or you're still waiting, or you're still hoping for Liverpool. Do you still have hope? Me to tell you the truth, no, I don't. But obviously we go on, we keep fighting until the end. It's not over until it's over, but very, very, very unlikely for me in terms of the title now. But I'm having already my eyes on the summer transfer window about next season. Alright guys, I'll leave you there. Take care, and fingers crossed for obviously whatever happens for the game tomorrow against Crystal Palace, and we see what happens. Alright, take care. Bye guys.